about this interesting topic. To be very honest, it's going to be a very interesting topic today. Yes, because the Regina Daniel saga is still ongoing, and we will need to discuss it fully well. To be very honest, so much has been going on ever since they made this known, ever since this their fight started, and nobody is still backing down yet. And of course, we need to talk about it. If nobody decides that they don't want to back down, or everybody doesn't want to go silent, because nobody is trying to say, oh, let me be down for one, let me not behave like I really care, let's just be there, let's just be there. If everybody is behaving like that, of course we'll have topic to talk about. And that is the case right now. That is the case that is going on. So we'll be talking about Regina Daniels today, and it's going to be a very interesting period. And also we are going to be talking about the fight between actress Peggy Ovire and actor Taye Animoro. These two together had a very big fight, a very big fight. And to be very honest, it doesn't make sense the way men have actually been treated most times. Welcome everybody. It doesn't make sense the way men have actually been treated most times. But we will need to first consider Regina Daniels' case before we now move on to the actress Peggy Ovire. And that is I don't know if they are hex right now, Peggy, Ovire, and Freddie Donald. Somebody can help me in the comment section if they're actually not together anymore, because I'm hearing like they kind of fought and they are not together anymore. Like right now, I don't know. I don't know what actually happened to their marriage. But notwithstanding, that is not why we are here for the very first time. We are actually going to be dealing with we are going to be first dealing of that is the trending matter of Regina Daniels. Everybody knew that since Regina Daniels left that house, Nedu Wonko has not backed down. Like this man has been doing everything to still attack, find a way to still say something, find a way to still find a way to actually just communicate his desires of wanting her to come back to the house. And to be very honest, it doesn't just make sense, because at this point, in as much as you might have spent so much on her, you might have done so much for her, you might have, spent so much, done so many things for her, it doesn't actually make sense that you are still keeping this girl. Just move on. I feel like that is what is necessary at this point, because you coming out every Eke market day to come and defend yourself. Oh, she did this. Oh, she did that, and every of the things that you are still coming up is still with this drug term, this illegal substance term. It doesn't make sense at this point. I just feel like you should let it go. Allow that lady to rest. Allow her to rest, so that you can go your way. You can focus. If you actually want to get a new person that will be more beautiful, that will be more influential, that will be also be an actress, that will also be able to carry your standard, you can do it. You can still marry at 60 something. Many people will still tender their CV. So allow that girl to rest, and you guys can rest away from this matter. And that's why when I actually saw Omoyele will actually bring out some allegations that's where we're actually going to be starting from, safe. That's bringing some allegations that he actually married her at 17. Of course, everybody knows that he actually married her at 17. The family also knew, if that is the case, that she actually got married at 17. The family knew, and they actually sent him to her. If it's that the family didn't know, now it's a different case. But the family knew that she was getting married at 17, but they still sent her to that lion's den. They knew everything that it entailed, but they used that as a sacrificial lamb, and they sent her off to back there. And there are evidences, clear evidences of the mother actually claiming that, oh, we actually sent our daughter to the lion's den. True, true. There were clear evidences of the mother actually claiming that, oh, we married, my daughter was 17, when my daughter was 19, 20 when she got married. So that can be used against her in the court. And also, if a document are saying otherwise, that she actually got married at 17, at 19, 20, then if she's not coming out to come and say, oh, there is one evidence, no court will believe that, because that was what she was told. But if at all he actually knew that she got married at 17, if there are data that actually fact check him and can say that actually she got married at 19, 20, according to the mother and everybody, then there is nothing we can do about it. And that is why Neduonko is still winning as we speak. He's still winning currently as we speak, to be very honest. So where I see So we're actually bringing evidence, bringing out passports showing that he actually got married at 17 and all of these things. It doesn't make sense, to be very honest. It doesn't make sense that she got married at that age. But notwithstanding, you cannot deny the fact that the truth is the truth, and we will continue to say the truth. That is, the mother knew that she was 17 when she was allowing her to go into that marriage. So that is our own problem to deal with. That is their family's problem to deal with. They have cashed out from the man big time. The family has cashed out from the man big time. The family has tasted word from that family big time. And in as much as many people can come up with the narrative of, oh, she's doing well for herself before she actually got married. Oh, she was earning 500,000 naira, she was earning 400,000 naira. That is not still big money. That is not still big money compared to what this man actually has spent on her. I don't know if that actually makes sense. So that is just the case. Also, let's now get started with actually what actually went wrong today. Let's start from there. Because to be very honest with you, looking at everything that has gone wrong, one thing that went on today is why I'm even making this live. That's why I'm actually making this live. Because to be very honest, I just feel like Layla is now back to the equation. Layla is now back to the equation. And for those that don't know who Layla is another wife of Nedu. Everybody knows that Nedu has more than six wives, about 5, 6 wives or thereabouts. So if he has about 6 wives, that means that right now this man is actually sending Layla to actually fight for him. That is what I actually think. Because I'm looking at the write-up that Layla actually put out there to the general public. Everybody knows that Layla does not know how to write like that, write English like that, because she's not actually Nigerian. She's this beautiful woman, but she's not Nigerian, right? So many people know that this is the handwriting of Nedu Wonku. Even from what we can see, it's the handwriting of Nedu Wonku. But I will actually be reading it out to you guys so that you can understand the context for those that are actually following us, and we'll be able to explain things together so that you can see that there is more to this than what is there. You understand? We'll be able to read it together, and we'll be see that there is more to all of this. So So I'm looking for that chart right now so that I can actually play it to you. So yes, so this is the chart from Leila on her page, on Miss Leila Charani. It says, "How dare you say that you have ever gave me money? For what exactly?" Because Regina Daniel actually claimed that she actually supports the wife, that she actually gives the wife money. So she now made it known that, how dare you say that you ever give me money? For what exactly? I am very contented with the provisions my husband make for our family. We should show Nigerians our bank account to see who is paying money to our account. Meaning that probably every month, I don't know, Nedu Wongo transfers money to his wife. That is what she's actually trying to say here. Though we know it's Nedu Wongo. But let's just assume that it is Leila. So Leila is actually making it known that every month or every now and then, that's Nedu Wongo actually transfer money into their account, into their various accounts. Yes, she continued. She said, "You also know that my husband completely hates alcohol, drugs, and smoking." Everybody knows that Nedwoko has actually made it known that he doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink, but he actually made it known that Regina actually made it known that he was the one that actually pushed her into all of these things. So let's continue. He has always been clear that he would never accept any wife who drinks or smokes or uses drug. So he actually also made that one known. Then he continued. He said, "The only reason you are fighting my husband is because he wants you to stop your drug and alcohol and addiction." That line alone is showing Eduwogo's work. I swear to God. That line alone is showing Eduwogo's work. Well, let's continue. It has always been a serious matter for him, as he neither smokes nor drinks himself. But let's continue. She said, "You know too well that I almost lost my marriage when you introduced me to DRUGS 6 years ago." But if we look at this particular statement very well, 6 years ago, how old was Regina? How old was Regina that she had actually started taking this thing 6 years ago? And there was a narrative from Nedu that claimed that she started using this thing about 8 months ago. Everybody know that she has been taking normal shisha, she has been drinking and all of these things. But the time that she started taking these DRGs can never be actually be 5 years, 6 years ago. Because when she actually got to Nedu house, there was nothing like that. There was nothing like DRUGS. She was not doing any of that. But let us continue. And it was my husband's quick insistence on intervention that rescued me from that dark path. So it now looks like Regina Daniels is the bad egg in the house. She's the one that is actually introducing her to the house. It's very, very crazy. So you have been a bad influence since you married into this beautiful family. And we have actually been seeing you guys together, lovely, 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 doing all these lovely things. So now you are claiming Layla, that Regina Daniels has been a bad egg in the house. You have been a bad influence since you married into this beautiful family, giving DRUGS to nannies and to workers. So how is it possible? I'm finding it very, very difficult to actually believe that you'll be able to actually, number one, do it to all your nannies, to many of your nannies, and to your workers, because she didn't actually specify. So she's doing this to the families and to the workers, including your younger sister, Destiny. You infected everybody with your virus, and this is why I will not trust my daughters around you unsupervised, especially when I found out you were sleeping with every single girl around you. Hey, Chineke, oh yeah. When I saw that part, I said, yeah, Gina. I'm like, what exactly is going on here? What exactly are we talking about here? What is this that I'm seeing on my screen? Well, let me read it again. It says, I will not trust my daughters around you unsupervised, especially when I found out that you are sleeping with every single girl around you. So she's actually making mention of the fact that Regina Daniels might probably be a lesbo. That is actually what she's saying. That is what Leila is saying. That she might actually be a lesbo. Imagine. Please go and sort yourself out. Seek help immediately and continue with your rehabilitation and leave the other wives out of this. I say this out of not out of anger, but from a place of truth and concern for the level of lies that you are peddling for reasons that are known to you alone. But from this conversation, you can actually just see clearly, very, very well, that this is not a conversation that Leila will write. This is not something that Leila will write. If I thought she had to write this, she actually needed somebody to actually help you. To be very honest, this doesn't look like what Leila will write. It looks like Ned writing, and this is not actually not the first time. This is not the first time that Leila will actually be told to write something. In fact, there are empirical evidence of Leila posting, because this is not the first time that Leila and Nedwonko will fight. She had fought years ago with Nedwonko, and when they fought back then, Nedwonko was telling Leila what to write on her Instagram post. So what makes it known that this cannot be repeating itself? That Nedwonko will actually tell Leila to write this thing again, because he has done it in the past. He has done it in the past. There are empirical facts. I wish I could show you. There are empirical facts. It's just that it has gone down. That shows that Leila truly, truly have been allowed to write things in the past. But that's just by the way. Let's just move on. So that was what he actually wrote, and he posted this beautiful picture of the family together. The three girls, yes, the three girls and one boy for Nedwonko. The beautiful, lovely picture, no, it's just so wrong that they had to put family into this, put baby into this, put little Pekin into this. To be very honest, it hurts me that I actually have to see children in all of this, because that's the instrument that they are using to fight. Children, 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 and I don't like it. To be very honest, I don't like it. And in response to that, Regina actually responded. Regina responded, and her response is kind of, and this is her response. She said, first off, openly saying that you can't leave kids around me is the most useless and hurtful things Ned ordered his retarded wife to say. So Ned, Regina Daniels knows that that this conversation is not coming from Leila itself. It's coming from Ned. I am such a mother to so many children that is that it's quite tiring. Also saying I sleep with every single girl. Truthfully, sleeping with the same gender isn't a thing that I consider shameful. But how is the other women so certain? Is she so certain because I slept with her too? Is she so certain because I slept with her too? I hope she also knows that if not for polygamous disadvantage, her son and mine can't be together because of all the atrocity we have caught him doing that I will never mention. But my son loves him, so what can I do? What can I do? Need better protect my kids. Their foundation is the ultimate, and do not use them to weaken me. So that was what he actually said. To be very honest, this is actually crazy. It doesn't make sense at all. This is actually very, very crazy. Very, very crazy. And I'm looking at this topic and I'm looking at this. I just feel like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that they're not using kids to actually fight each other. Everybody is now bringing out pictures of PK of their kids together. It doesn't make any sense. It's very, very saddening. It saddens the heart that I will see Regina talking about her kids, Nedu Wonko posting pictures of her kids, and Leila also posting pictures bringing out their kids to the general public. Because whether you like it or not, this thing is a grave thing that will later affect their kids. Whether you like it or not, you might be fighting each other now, it might look like it's just one of those things. But to be very honest, what happens to the kids in the nearest future? To be very honest, what happens to the kids in the nearest future? And that is the major thing. Because these kids will definitely grow up and see all of these atrocities being committed. Or if they are grown up already, all of these things are registering in their memory and they will not be able to forget. Whether you like it or not, they won't forget. No matter how you want to see it, they won't forget. So what happens to the future of these children? So they get to see all of these things and they are bullied for it. Because whether you like it or not, you might think you might be playing with them. I saw a video of Nedu Wonko actually playing with his children. Playing with his children and saying, oh, sport is good, sport is good. All of these things is just for social media around. Because if you guys can actually pretend to have a beautiful marriage on social media for that amount of years, how can we be so sure that all of these ones too that you are showing us is not also prank? And that is it. We are doing everything just for the social media, whatever. Whereas internally it's not the same way. Whereas internally it is bully. Whereas internally you are actually beating yourself up. Whereas internally things are not going well. You understand? But on social media, everybody is behaving like, oh, it is actually going well. Oh, he's spending so much. Oh, he's my Odogun Padana. Oh, he's a good man. Oh, he's a nice man. Whereas behind scenes, behind closed door, when they chop with kuku, when they chop punch, when they use ice bag for face, right? That is what it means. So after every of this shouting and screaming on social media, my husband is this, my husband is that, my husband is this, my husband is the best man, my husband is this, my husband don't send me $100,000, my husband. So this is what it will later come out to. But the children is just what me I'm just concerned about in all of this because they should not experience this life. They should not. That's why I'm still pleading that either they can take their dirty linen and go and wash their dirty linen inside their house or behind closed door. It will make sense. Because we cannot unhear whatever we hear as Nigerians. We cannot unhear whatever we hear as as the children growing up. They will definitely look at this fight and they will look at how you guys actually handle it. They will look at how you guys actually handled this matter. They will look at how you guys actually handled this sensitive because it's very, very sensitive. So it doesn't make sense that if guys want to wash your dirty linen, you come outside to come and wash it because Nigerians don't actually care. We don't care. We have so many things that we are dealing with in our lives. I said it in my video that I actually made that nobody actually really care about you like that. We will just use you to catch crews. We will make videos out of you. You will use it to create content. We will be loved. Somebody will say they are supporting you. Somebody will say they are not supporting you, and everything will just be for content. You will just use. We will just use you and trend, and we use you to get more impression. But it's none of our business. You are the one that decided to come and wash your dirty linen in the general public space. And whatever we hear from you guys, we cannot unhear it. And that we definitely tell in the future about how we treat you, how we do things. Nedu can be respected the way they used to respect him again. He might want to contest for another thing, but it will actually bring about because some people will decide to actually hate him definitely for it. So it will actually affect his chances in the future if he's going to as a politician and all of these things. So all of these things will definitely as a pro, it will definitely be a problem for him later on. That is why it actually makes sense that you guys come to an understanding and take your matter off social media, because in the real sense, we really don't care. We don't give a fuck. Whether you like beat yourself up, whether you like don't beat yourself up, whether you like continue talking, whether you like don't continue talking, whether Regina Daniels like me she commodity for the house, me she no come back. Whether she likes let them come back today, it will be a thing of oh we want you, and everybody will forget about it, we'll move on about it. If you like yourself, do whatever concerns you. Now Nasabi. But the truth of the matter is just the truth of the matter that we really don't care the way you think we care. So from there, Regina Daniels made this statement too. She made this statement to the general public. And because she actually made the statement to general public, many people think that this matter has not ended yet. Because to be very honest, it looks like the matter has not ended yet. So that means that every day like this will be coming with different write-ups just to defend and just to attack each other. Because after Nedu who made a write up through Leila, because everybody can agree that that's not the handwriting of Leila. Everybody can agree that that's the handwriting of Nedu. That was too brilliant than for Leila to even type, because she's not actually Nigerian, right? So we know the handwriting of somebody that is Ned. So that is Ned's handwork. You understand? But using a platform to speak. And because he has actually done that in the past, it's not a new thing to actually take charge of somebody's write up and just do that. So I just feel like it doesn't just make sense that these things just continue like this. But but apart from that, he mentioned the fact that Regina Daniels, Leila mentioned the fact that Regina Daniels introduced Destiny to DRUGS, yes, an illegal substance. So I'm saying Destiny Destiny Daniels now made it known on her page, saying my idol don't send me to reply as a underdog, and as an underdog they reign. Lie, 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 lie. Can you shut up and not mention my entire family that you know nothing of? You illiterate. Can you even comprehend what you wrote? Plus, did you say bank account? You broke lady. That's why you only do what your husband instructs. I beg, chop the husband and tell him to leave the virus in your family alone. He should have fought for you like this when you left, but sadly, now man make you leave and Sapa make you return. Abi he find Abi she find her own man, make them leave am too. And what with you all saying she introduced you to drug? So she will tell you to put your hand in fire and you will. So wait, did you say 6 years ago? Meaning at 18. Me, how old was I? 6 years old. 6 years ago. That you said I was on DRUGS too. Ah, you are really a foolish old woman, oh. You DRUGS addict. Thank God you confirmed you all took DRUGS. And where they no get sense. Tell your husband to compose a better speech that doesn't make you seem stupid. When two lions fight, the grass suffers it. So please remain in your lane because we know you are suffering. Why did you channel this bitterness to the wife before her? Put some respect on her name. You retarded swine. She's a blessing to us, you, your husband, and any other family that comes to mind. That was what that was what Regina Daniels actually said. She also continued, Layla, time about to introduce Destiny to drugs. You honestly need to be checked because to fabricate something that seems ridiculous, you must not be mentally stable. The same person who speak and reason like a brain stop developing at 22. Oh Jesus. Please, you really think Nigerians are as gullible as you are? I wish you all Mrs. Carry Me all sales. To be very honest, this is quite wild. To be very honest, this is quite wild. Very, very wild. It doesn't make sense, but you know, she called for it. She called for it. There was no reason why she should mention anybody's name. And if at all, if it actually measured that this was Ned Wonko's writing, it doesn't make sense to Leila. It doesn't make sense to her. If this was Ned Wonko's handwriting, it doesn't make sense for Leila. But it's just sad. It's just sad, to be very honest. Because if this is Layla's handwriting, ha 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 ha, then she's actually in for it because they will continue to now drag her into this situation. And the fact that she now even considered herself being added to this list of people that actually took drug and that she was initiated to the drug process, that means she's not free in all of these things. That means she also needs to be get tested. Because if you are a drug addict, if you use it, you can become a drug addict. And from there, there is a very big possibility and a very big chance for you that you will go through a lot. So that is what it means. That is what it means. To be very honest, I just feel like I just feel like everybody should actually go and just wash their white linen in the general public, out of the general public space. Let everybody go and rest. Enough is enough. You guys coming outside, the more you come outside, the more you get to reveal more things. And there is more things because you guys, only with you guys, you have released sex tape. Only with you guys, you have released that you guys are doing DRUGS. Only with you guys, you have also released other marital issues, marital problem, the fact that there is fight, the fact that there is many issues just from this one fight. Only with you guys, you have actually claimed that honor to polygamous is nonsense. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. So I just feel like at this point, it just makes sense that you guys just carry your wash lining, get it out of social media, set to it if you guys can say to it, or everybody should move on. Everybody should move on. Everybody should move on. It doesn't make sense again at this point. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But what do you guys think in the comments? To be very honest, because I just feel like at this point, they are just doing too much. They are just doing too much. We don't want to hear about them again. We don't want to hear about them. Because why is it all about them every now and then? They're just bringing different revelations upon revelations that we don't even need to hear. Because this will later affect each and every one of them later on. If it doesn't affect them personally, it will affect their children. If it doesn't affect their children, it will affect their household. It will affect their workers. It will affect everybody around them. It will affect their relationships. So it needs to stop. It actually needs to stop. It needs to stop. It can't continue like this. It really cannot. You really cannot. Whew, we really cannot do. It really cannot. Gone are the days when all of this will happen and you understand. It really cannot. It really cannot. So let's just continue, right? So let's continue with the other story. To be very honest, women are making it difficult for men to believe them nowadays. Women are making it very, very difficult for men to believe them nowadays. Women are making it so hard for men to believe them nowadays because they come from every emotional angle that they can come from. And because the society will definitely favor them because they are the weaker vessels. Everybody will now come and say, "Oh, you guys are the weaker vessels. Let's not say anything. Let's not do anything." And that is the problem that we have had in years now. That many men are actually suffering for the things that they know absolutely nothing about. Things that they don't know about are being hanged on their head like this, and they need to carry the cross just because they are men. That is the case of what is actually happening within actress Peggy Ovire and also actress Taye Animoro. So let me actually explain for those that didn't get the context of what actually happened. It happened that Animoro was called, Taye Animoro, who is the actor, the main actor, was called on set to work with Peggy Ovire. It was on Peggy Ovire's set. So they worked from 12 p.m. in the afternoon, the 12 noon, to 12 in the night. And when they were done actually working till the night, just till night. After they were done working, instead of everybody to go back to their house, they said it remains too soon. And Animoro Taye actually made it known that, see, oh Gala, me, I need to go home. I actually need to go home. It doesn't make sense that at 12 o'clock, I will still be here. The times that we are, the time lab, the time, what's it called, has elapsed. Let everybody go on their own. Let everybody day their day. They didn't day the 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 day. Let me day my day. Where can they go my house? So they actually begged him and he refused. Because to be very honest, he's not the one at fault. They are working with time. And the time have elapsed and he needs to go home to rest. But they refused. They say he must do the thing by fire by force. This guy said no. Then this guy went out to drive his car. And on driving the car, what actually happened? He met another car in front of him, parked. Allow me to go to home now. I need to go home. Now so wahala start. They deflated this guy's tire. They injured this man at the top. He went on live, talked about it. And after every of these shenanigans, I don't know how it ended. Everybody went home, Then later on, we saw Peggy actually made a post that this was what actually happened. That he actually believed people on set. Many people were already believing her. Not until the CCTV camera now came out. And when the CCTV camera came out, we now saw the real truth. That Peggy was the one that was actually pouncing on this man, like that he actually want to beat her up, like want to beat him up. He deflated his tire and stretched this man. Many women now came with many comments that so if not for the fact that we saw CCTV camera, you did not mention the fact that you almost pounced on this guy and beat him up. That you were shouting on this man like no man's business. This man said this time has elapsed, allow him to go home. You said no. All of these things, situations coming around. Allow me to go home. You say no. You say I must stay. For what? For what? Why should I stay? Why should I stay? Why should I stay? My time have elapsed. You're not going to add extra fees. And you want me to continue to work. It's not possible. It can't be possible. So that was the case of what actually happened between these two. That was the case of what actually happened between these two. So Peggy Ovire and Taye Animoro, they actually had this fight. Big one, that this guy actually enjoyed himself there. And even though for the fact that there was evidence through the CCTV camera, we wouldn't have known. We wouldn't have known. We wouldn't have known. And it's also painful because that is how so many men will not get justice. So many men will be lied to and they will carry on their head sins that they know nothing of. They will carry on their head things that they know nothing about. They will carry on their head the heavy sins of somebody being lying to them. And that was the case that actually happened just yesterday, in which a married man was lied to by his wife. There are two people that he actually raped his two daughters, one at 3 years old, one at 5 years old. If not for the fact that this man, they actually conducted an exercise and found out that these two were not actually raped, truly, what would have happened to the fate of this man? What would have happened to this man? If there was nothing to actually, let's imagine that it was back in the days that there was no way to actually prove that this man, these two baby girls were actually not raped. What do you think would have happened? Probably that man would have been beaten to death. Probably that man would be hanged. Probably that one would have been unalived. And it will get to a point that many people will not actually believe women when they speak any longer. Because if it's every now and then that you actually need to be doing this, and they now find out that your words most times are lies, it will get to a point that nobody will actually believe you guys any longer. Many people won't believe you because they will think it's actually a lie. Many people will think whatever does not actually matter in the real scheme of things. That they actually want to see evidence. What will now happen if there's no evidence? Imagine you were raped and they're asking for evidence and you can't provide it because you are the victim. But because they need to see it to be able to bring out judgment, what will happen to you? That's why I'm saying that many women are actually doing this it's not going to benefit other women later on. Because when it gets to a point that many people cannot actually trust your words, it becomes a point of when it actually happens to real people, what will your case be? Or when it actually happens to real people, what will the case be? Would it actually be that you guys will now have to suffer for what you don't know about? Will it actually be that you guys will not have a voice just because some people have actually spoiled the ground? Would it actually be that many people will now have to suffer because of some of you liars that are women? Because that is what the case is. Because if an actor can be lied to like that, and he cannot actually have evidence to actually prove himself wrong, and they take him to court, what will be the case? What will actually now be his case in court if there were no evidence to back that up? Imagine there was no CCTV camera that was actually covering the incident, that was actually covering the event. That was why many people would have run with the narrative and ran with those lies. To be very honest, it needs to stop from many women. Because if it doesn't stop, it's going to be a problem for you guys later. That every of your words need to be with facts. So if somebody grape you and you mention that you were actually grape, if there is no facts to actually back it up, nothing will happen. That is actually what it means at this point. To be very honest, you guys need to come to an understanding of knowing when to use and what to use and when to use it, or else make it not be like say when people will actually need to cry out for the real help. When people with the real help will actually come and nobody will listen to them. Nobody will be able to hear their cry. Nobody will be able to say this and that. Why? Because they feel it's a lie. It needs to stop. It actually needs to stop. So I've spoken today. So many people didn't come online. I don't know, probably because na inside that they do the thing. I don't understand what they go out today. But I think I've actually been able to treat this topic very, very well. About the Regina case and also about this particular girl's case. And I actually want to be having followers. I actually really want to be having subscribers. I actually want to be having subscribers. Let me even play my life. Somebody cannot play live on a YouTube screen, can they? Hello, how are you? 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 Elevate your banking experience with 10. It's time to invest in your future. Make a wish. Make it real. 10. The right equation for. Okay. Okay. That's quite slow, man. So, so concerning the Regina Daniels and what's it called issue, we don't have any choice than just to, you know, we don't have any choice than just to bring it to your hearing. So that's how we'll end today's program today. To be very honest, next time is going to be an interesting, and I'm looking for so many people to actually join us on live. If you're just coming, welcome, 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 welcome. So, um, forever you have been joining us. I appreciate you guys. It was so nice meeting you guys, and I don't know, I look tired. Everybody, let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. 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 Let's go.